My baloney has a first name. It's My baloney's got a second name that I can't repeat out loud, for if I do, Cthulhu is gonna reign for 1,000 years. Yeah. All right. By show of applause, who here is a parent? Got a question for you all. Would you bring your child to a crack house? No, obviously not. Danger and legality aside, it's not an appropriate place for children. Adults are, getting intoxicated, trying to have a good time, and God only knows what your kid might see. I'll dial it back a bit. Would you bring your child to a nightclub? No, obviously not, for similar reasons to the crack house. All right, adults are getting intoxicated, trying to have a good time, and God only knows what your kid might see, all right? It is not an appropriate place for children. So if you wouldn't bring your kid to a crack house, and you wouldn't bring them into a nightclub, then why the fuck would you think it is okay to bring them into a brewery? All right? As someone with a degree in craft brewing, breweries are something I frequent. And I have lost track of how many times I have walked into a place expecting to see a bar and ending up in a damn daycare center. And for those of you who might be thinking, but wait, isn't it illegal for underage people to be in a bar? Here's the thing. Virginia, legally speaking, doesn't have any bars. We have restaurants that serve alcohol. So it's kind of a legal gray area. It's more up to the individual location's discretion. I was at a brewery 4 days ago where I literally witnessed a toddler mosh pit. A sentence that no one has ever said before this moment. All right, they had a free rock show going that night, and I guess half the county was like, what's that? Deafening music and alcohol? Let's bring the family! And all of the dogs. And so I'm sitting there drinking, and there's a group of kids right up near the stage, and they're running into each other and crashing around and throwing themselves all over the floor. Well, their parents all stand around oh, that takes me back to my first concussion. It's probably why I think any of this is okay. I was coming back from the bar, and I was taking a step forward, and a kid ran in between my legs, trying to get back to his friends, and I damn near spilled my whole drink on top of his head. And that would have been extremely awkward to have to look down and oh, are you okay there, buddy? Boy, I certainly hope your mouth wasn't open, because that was a 13% bourbon barrel stout. And if you swallowed even just a little bit, you're gonna die. Toddlers and dogs, man's best drinking buddies. Am I right, everybody? And if I gotta be honest, I prefer the dogs, because at least the dogs are on a damn leash.